Salutations, fuckers and buckos. My name is the Gatorade Man, and welcome back to another video. Now, you might see behind me a little animation on this TV that I have here. That's the Pokemon wrap. Today, we're going to be talking about Pokemon because I don't know if you know this, but Pokemon is my second favorite ever franchise, right next to Sonotica. Because there's two games, so it's technically a game franchise. So yeah, you probably read the title of today's video. Today's video, I want to ask if Gatorade Man had a gym in Pokemon. This isn't really going to be Gatorade Man, like the character. This is more less going to be Gatorade Man as me. I want to make that a disclaimer right now, but you know, I might throw in some extra stuff. So yeah, Alakazam, dude, the Macho Kings got hit. No, Electabuzz, Flareon, Blastoise, Poliwhirl, Oddish, Drowsy, Raichu. I can't do that whole thing. God damn. So first, let's start off with what kind of typing is Gatorade Man going to be, or me in general. Well, Gatorade Man's gym is going to be a steel water type combination. So we're gonna be proficient in steel and water, which is kind of funny because that kind of makes rust. I'm very rusty at Pokemon. At least I have been lately. All right, enough about typing or whatever. Let's get to the gym. I don't know if you know this, but I personally love Team Rocket. Team Rocket is my most favorite team in all of Pokemon, and specifically for three reasons: Jesse, James, Meowth, Wobbuffet, and technically Pelipper because that's technically part of the gang, and also maybe Marini and a few others along the way, like Ekans and Coughing and all the others they have along their adventures. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So what better way to start off this team, this water and steel team, with a steel type. Welcome, Galarian Meowth. I actually really like Meowth, but the reason I specifically picked Galarian Meowth is number one, it's a steel type, which is part of this typing, and two, the color scheme. For those watchers or just partakers in, my antics online, you would know that I have a cat named Gracie. She's a gray, semi-long hair cat. Beautiful green eyes, and I love her to death. She is my, one thing I have left in this life other than my father. And so, Galarian Meowth. So, welcome to the team. Well, first of all, why would we want a Galarian Meowth? It's a steel type. It's Gracie. Honestly, Meowth is a pretty good Pokemon. Besides, also the Gigantamax with a Meowth. I think that works for Galarian Meowth. I haven't checked. It's been a while. But, yeah. Meowth, number one person on the team, is the number one you'll fight. On to stage 2. This next entry might actually be quite the odd pick. It's a Pokemon called Delmines. It is a haunted ship anchor that lies beneath oceans and protects ships. For some reason, it's not a water type nor steel type, which is really weird, but it's a ghost and grass type. I don't know how it got grass, maybe seaweed, but it lives in the water near wrecked ships that are out in sea. So you'd think it'd be a ghost water, or at least a ghost steel, because it's a giant anchor. But anyway, Delmines. Delmines is actually a really, really interesting Pokemon, where it will, it's very protective of its area, but it's also very strong. So having a Delmines is a really good support to the team. So yeah, second one, Delmines. Next on the list, for those of you who know me, you'll know I absolutely love this Pokemon more than its apparently better person. We all know how hyped Charizard is. I don't like it. I personally don't get the hype with Charizard. It's a strong Pokemon, but it's just a dragon. I mean, and there's already dragon, and it's not even a dragon type. It's a dragon, and it's not even a dragon type. It is a fire and flying. What the hell? Dragonite exists. Salamence exists. We don't need another one. I mean, sure, you could say the Dragonite came before, but uh, who cares? Dragonite is so much cooler. It's so much more powerful, too. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So who do I think is the best starter? Squirtle. Squirtle Squad, baby. But yeah, I love Squirtle, and so what better way to have the tank of our team? The tank, this is the tank. The tank is going to be Blastoise, the giant turtle gun, which is funny because it kind of looks like a tank. So yeah, that's our tank of the team, Blastoise. On to the next Pokemon. I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually really like Aegislash. It's such a neat design, and like Honedge and Doublade and Aegislash, they're awesome. They're just giant swords that are Pokemon, which I find really cool as one of like the object Pokemon. Of course, there's Sinistea and Polteageist. Right. Then there's the Apple one, which is just an apple. Not Fuecoco. I love Fuecoco, but it's not on this team because on Edge's cards and its Pokedex, it says that if you grab its handle, it will like wrap around its blue wrapping thing around your arm and drain all the life force. That's awesome. So I love Aegislash because it's purple, which is my second favorite color. I mean, look at this blanket. It's green and purple. Green has been traded out for blue. Green is now my third favorite color. Sorry, green. But yeah, so Aegislash is going to be the defense. It's mainly going to be the one that's taking all the hits, dishing out. It's going to be the one that the Gatorade Man would use to heal up his Pokemon. Alright, this has been the fourth Pokemon, on to number 5, and then number 6, which 6 is not surprising but I'm getting ahead of myself. 5. Also, Aegislash is a steel type, so yeah, it makes sense to be on here. Let me talk about Piplup real quick. I didn't really see the hype around Piplup at first. And then I saw the other options, and I was like, alright, well, Piplup is actually pretty good for, you know, the Pokemon that it was in its time. I mean, Piplup, it's a penguin. It's a water penguin. So, its final evolution, Empoleon, literally falls in the direct area of our perimeters. A steel and water type penguin Pokemon that uses ice attacks. It is steel and water. I'm not going to complain that it uses ice attacks sometimes, and it's a penguin and it's not an ice type, because this is convenient for me. So anyway, Empoleon, I really like penguins. There's actually been a running joke in my family for my entire life because my sister didn't say penguins correctly, and so now we call them poingans because poingans is funny. So yeah, this has been Empoleon on tier number 5, and finally, time to go to the Mac Daddy. This wasn't surprising whatsoever.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Da, 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 preparing the
Gyarados.
Fellas, you saw this coming. Please, without further ado, welcome. Magikarp, otherwise known as Gyarados, which is my favorite Pokemon of all time. I love Gyarados, it's my favorite, and honestly, we're gonna have a Mega Gyarados, because why not? That's my ace. Gyarados is going to be the ace of the team. It is a dragon type and a water type, which is, it is a water flying type. Why isn't it dragon, and why am I not complaining this like I did Charizard? The reason they made it water flying and not water dragon was because they thought the Pokemon would be too powerful it was a dragon type. It can still use outrage though, and Dragon's Fury, and a lot of the dragon attacks though. So much for balancing. But yeah, Gyarados is really strong, really angry, just like me, and I can fix him. I could. If I could have any Pokemon in my life, top five pick Gyarados. I would literally live on a Gyarados farm in the Pokemon universe. Honestly, yeah. In canon, Gatorade Man is a Gyarados farm. Well, he's a water fish farmer, I guess, and is has Gyarados. It's kind of like a farmer. I don't know. I've been thinking about it for a while, but anyway, I'm rambling. I love Gyarados. I love his design. It's so cool. Giant Chinese dragon with big mouth. It's a water type and it's a flying type. And flying is awesome. That's like one of the top three superpowers. Personal favorites, teleporting, but still, flying is pretty good. But anyway, this has been fun. We've gone through the team. Let me go through a short recap. Galarian Meowth, Dhelmise, Blastoise, Aegislash, Empoleon, and finally the Ace Gyarados. This has been, I have been wasting all your time. Thank you for sitting around with me. This has been the Gatorade Man, and I am out.